Good evening, welcome back. This is we're going to be summarizing module 3 for course 3 real estate salesperson program. So let's not waste any time, let's get right into it. Lesson 1 talks about an introduction to an agreement of purchase and sale for a new condominium, and we're going to skip to the end, see what the summary has to say. Okay, so the information typically included in a builder's agreement of purchase and sale for a new condominium. No two builder agreements for pre-construction condominiums are identical. They differ from the agreement of purchase and sale for both a resale condominium and a freehold residential property. The typical builder's agreement is written to the favor of the builder. It usually prohibits assignments, defines the builder's options to cancel a project, and states how a builder can extend the occupancy date. It also defines the buyer's options if construction is significantly delayed. A builder's agreement usually includes information on the provincial warranty program, 10-day cooling off period, and interim occupancy costs. New condominium builders often require buyers to pay a larger deposit than for resale condominiums. The agreement outlines how the HST will be handled if it's not incorporated into the sale price. A salesperson due diligence. A builder's agreement is a complex document that is unfamiliar to most buyers and is best reviewed by an experienced real estate lawyer. Every agreement may differ in the clauses and conditions it contains. As a salesperson, you are obligated by the code of ethics to act in the best interest of the buyer client, exercise care to ensure buyers understand their rights and obligations and their options to amend, delete, or add clauses to the agreement. If a clause is written in a condition subsequent manner, which is, if we have to recap, a condition referring to a future event upon happening of which the contract becomes no longer binding on the parties. It relies the due diligence on the buyer's side and requires the buyer to terminate the offer within the conditional period if the buyer is not proceeding with the purchase. So lesson 1 talks about that. Lesson 2 talks about introduction to the agreement of purchase and sale for a resale condominium. So what is unique about the standard condominium agreement of purchase and sale? The standard condominium agreement of purchase and sale differs from a standard agreement of purchase and sale by including the following sections: property description outlining the condominium plan, unit and level number, parking and locker number and level, common expenses amount, status certificate, types of management, and notice of special meetings. Which features does a resale condominium agreement of purchase and sale share with an agreement of purchase and sale for freehold properties? Many clauses appear in the agreement of purchase and sale for both properties types, including purchase price, deposit, irrevocability, completion date, schedules included, features excluded, rental items, HST, title search, and title and enclosing agreements. Arrangements, documents and discharge, residency, and adjustments. Additional clauses may be included in the agreement of purchase and sale include warranty on renovation or alterations, receipt of documents, or agreeing to abide by condominium rules. Lesson 2 is simple. There is a lot of reading. I suggest you read it, please. Thank you. And let's move on to lesson 3. Excuse me. So to create an offer, before completing an offer, create an offer plan using the following steps. So number 1, summarize the offer mathematics. Number 2, identify the required dates. And number 3, list the required information to be included in a Schedule A. Number 4, identify any additional information required for the offer. The offer plan will help summarize the information you need and ensure no detail is missed. Complete an offer for a resale condominium. Complete the agreement of purchase and sale using the offer plan as source information. Complete the Schedule A document that is attached to and forms part of the agreement of purchase and sale. Completing a counter offer. Adjust the agreement of purchase and sale to reflect the counter offer. Um, acceptance of the counter offer. Complete the confirmation of acceptance, acknowledgement, and remuneration or commission trust sections for the agreement of purchase and sale. Like I said, there's a lot of reading, but that typically summarizes the whole lesson. Lesson 4 is basically they talk about land and common elements of a condominium. So the common elements condominium must have 2 portions: the freehold ownership of the property, parcel of titled land, and a deemed share interest in a common element, pool, gymnasium, golf course, road, or driveway that is separate and distinct from the freehold property. So a freehold is an estate held in fee simple or for your life. Information typically included in a parcel of tied land, common elements, agreement of purchase and sale. The parcel of tied land / common elements agreement of purchase and sale includes much of the information in a standard condominium agreement of purchase and sale, with few exceptions, which include a description of the parcel of tied land and common elements, information on adjustments for the common elements at the completion, and description of the relation of the parcel of tied land to the common elements. Additional clauses and conditions that may be included in the parcel of tied land and common elements agreement of purchase and sale reflect the unique nature of this type of condominium. For example, an inspection of the common elements portion can be done. However, it may cost prohibitive. Requests for the usual condominium documents pertain only to the common elements portion, and the status certificate only applies to the common elements portion. A title search can be done on both the parcel of tied land and common elements portion. Moving on to lesson 5, completing the agreement. So to create an offer plan for the parcel of tied land and common elements condominium, before completing an offer, make sure you summarize. Number 1, summarize the offer mathematics. Number 2, identify the required dates. Number 3, list the required information to be included on the schedule. And number 4, identify any additional information required for the offer. Basically the same thing as lesson 3, I believe. Completing an offer with conditions of a parcel tied land. Complete the agreement of purchase and sale using the offer plan as a guide. Enter any conditions on the Schedule A document that is attached to and forms part of the agreement. Complete the counteroffer. Adjust the agreement of purchase and sale to reflect the counteroffer and a buyer's acceptance, finalizing the agreement. Complete the confirmation of acceptance, information on brokerages, acknowledgements, and remuneration or commission trust agreement sections for the agreement of purchase and sale. Moving on to lesson 6, complete additional resale sale related documents. So review amendments, notice of fulfillment of conditions and waivers. The topic explains how to complete amendments, notices of fulfillment of conditions, waivers to an agreement of purchase and sale for a residential condominium, and when to use each type of form. So basically it doesn't really summarize what we learned here, but if we go through it, it will tell you. Yeah, I read this but I forgot. Yeah, so just go over it, you'll see what I'm saying. And at the end of this lesson 6, complete an amendment, notice of fulfillment of conditions, and waiver of residential condominium and agreement of purchase sale of sale. Based on scenarios and completed amendment, a notice of fulfillment of condition and waiver for a resale condominium agreement of purchase and sale. That was lesson 6. Moving on to lesson 7. Ensure an agreement of purchase and sale is understood before signing. Excuse me. So this lesson talks about the importance of ensuring a seller or buyer understand agreement of purchase and sale. A salesperson is obligated to promote and protect the best interests of their client and to demonstrate reasonable knowledge, skill, and judgment and competence in providing those services. A salesperson must have a solid knowledge of each clause and condition and be able to explain their meaning in clear, everyday terms to a seller or buyer. Always check that the seller or buyer understands written documents. Some of the challenges explaining a freehold agreement of purchase and sale. The title search clause defines the timing of the title search to be performed by the buyer's lawyer. The title clause outlines the easements and restrictive covenants that are attached to a property. The documents and discharge clause states that the seller's obligation to provide documentation and arrangements to discharge a mortgage on the property. Basically, that's pretty much it, I guess. Challenges explaining a condominium agreement of purchase and sale. The unique features of a standard or common elements condominium include clauses unique to the nature of the condominium property. These clauses include defining the unit and common elements of the standard condominium, the legal description requirements of each type of condominiums, and the role of status certificate in providing crucial information on the property. So that was lesson 7. Moving on to lesson 8 is basically summary practice activities. Module summary, we'll go through it. Let's see what we find here, if anything. Yeah, basically we've read all of it. So yeah, that was course 3, module 3, and that's it for tonight. I'll see you guys again.